Now we're doing the podcast number 2.
Numero dos. Was geht up, alien savages, and welcome to another episode, round dos. With
Yes. Wow.
the legendary, famous Vladimir.
I'm so happy to be back again here one more time after,
Right?
3 weeks? Wow.
I don't know, yeah, probably.
Time went by so fast and I'm ready and so happy to be on the second part of the podcast and to talk in more depth about different things. So yeah, I'm ready to share it, to spill the tea.
And
Share
isn't it
everything with you.
Isn't it wow that because the first
Hey.
podcast we just got to know each other like a couple days before.
Yeah.
So we hardly knew each other.
Yeah.
And I was also like, let's see how it goes. Because it was also a packed day before and I was so brain dead the last podcast. We went like to the gym, we got food and it was
Yeah.
already like 5 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
And now our relationship is, what would you say?
It has grown so much and we've connected even deeper. And yeah, we've been spending a lot of time doing other things like going to the gym, going to the beach, cooking together. Like it's becoming like a really beautiful brotherhood. And on the first podcast, I already felt very safe and very like, oh, this is a really beautiful environment, safe space. But now I'm feeling like, okay, I'm spilling the tea with my bestie. We're going to talk about some beautiful, deep stuff with no sugar coating. Let's just be real. and
Wow.
Share everything.
Oh my God. Okay. So expectations are up.
Yes, we got to make it better than the last one.
Yeah, but this is all my podcasts. Like I'm always like, this is what I'm known for, to be like just really real, like really authentic. So yeah, because there were like a bunch of topics that came to me that I would love to talk about. So yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great today. I mean, the weekend was a bit intense for me. I took 3 weeks of total sobriety, not smoking weed anymore.
2 weeks, right?
3, almost 3. So
Oh,
it was
really?
20 days. Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't listened to the last podcast,
Yeah. I
we had
talked
this-
a bit about it there.
yeah, after the DMT trip, and we had like a funny parallel that since the DMT trip, he hasn't smoked weed and I haven't eaten meat, and then we broke it, like without knowing or like not like consciously, on the same day. That on the Sunday you've
Yeah.
smoked weed and I've eaten a steak.
Yeah.
So we're like so connected.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so I smoked weed again, and it felt good. It was like a nice party. I used it to dance and to connect with the music and wow, it was beautiful. But then it also made me realize like this is good only when it's like every once in a while and I hold it as a ceremony and it's with the right intention. And then it's very special and very strong because I did it like after 3 weeks of working on myself and being grounded and doing my stuff. So this is what I want to continue doing, like save it for every once in a while, because also yesterday I felt a little bit ungrounded, a little bit disconnected from my body. So this morning I woke up also feeling like a bit like going a few steps down into what I was building this whole time. And what I did was just meditate. I did my yoga session, then I took a shower and I was coming on my bike, like just listening to some nice music, and now the sun is coming out, so I'm feeling great again. Also, Faye made a beautiful, delicious cacao for us before starting the podcast.
Yes.
So now the heart is open, and we're ready to talk.
Yeah, and the other day you said something really wise, that what we're doing to our body 24/7 is like seen in our energies. And then like when you like really cultivate your energy
Yeah.
by meditation and exercise and going into nature,
what you eat, everything.
it's
yeah.
like all seen in your energy.
Yeah.
And then you become so yummy for those vampires.
Yes. You become irresistible. It's like you're glowy and shiny, and then everybody's like, whoa, what is that? And it's just the aura, the energetic field just being so clean and shiny. Because, yeah, it all shows up. Like, if you don't work out, it will be noticeable in your body. If you eat crap, it will be noticeable in your body. But also, your energy speaks so loud, and a lot of people are not aware of that. You know, people that do, when they're alone in intimacy and they do nasty things, and it's this type of people that you see and you're like, I don't know why, but I feel uncomfortable around them. It's like, yeah, they must do a lot of dark stuff when nobody sees.
What are you doing when no one is watching?
So, I mean, I don't spend that much time alone, to be honest, because I'm always around people and friends, especially now that I'm leaving the island soon. It's like every day there's something happening. but I mostly ground myself, you know, like people sometimes see me and they're like, wow, you must be so much fun when you're at home. And I'm like, actually, I'm quite boring because I'm meditating, I'm resting, I'm doing yoga. I also edit a lot of photos. That's kind of like my way to ground, like when you play World of Warcraft.
Wow, finally you remembered it.
Yeah, the World of Warcraft.
It's just the biggest MMORPG in the whole world, but yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so for me, it's like editing photos, playing music and just going through the photos and playing with the colors and the textures and editing. And it's just like, I don't need to think too much. I'm just like, So that's what I do when I'm alone. Or sometimes some self-pleasure as well.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and what I just wanted to like go into that, to like replenish the inner riches, something like meditation, exercise is like I find quite easy to have a good routine, but these things like drugs, like or plant medicine, like weed, or for me, animal products that I don't need often, but every now and then really boost me. This I find tricky because like you with weed, you're like on Sunday, wow, amazing, and be reminded of it, but then not fall into this like every day.
Yeah.
And me, yesterday, should I tell quickly the story how we?
Yes.
Okay, so. Faye and I were just so telepathic. It's spooky sometimes. That yesterday we went to Xantiva and I was in the sauna and she came in and I was like, Faye, I was thinking, should we go after? It was like 5, so sunset time. Should we go after to our steak place? And she was like, have you read my mind? I just was thinking about the same because it was like really high herself, like, oh, it's time.
Yeah.
So on this island there are like 2 steak places that, pasteurized, grass-fed, organic, like all the things. And only one I like, because the other one is like in Tong Sala, in the saloon. It's kind of weird. It's not so my vibe. The other one, though, is next to Pirate Beach. And on the beach, this really high-quality restaurant. And they just have the best quality. Like even Faye's mom came from England. She was like, this is the best steak she ever had,
Oh, wow.
And like, if people don't know, like I've been vegan for over 10 years. I would never see that I would, eat animals again. And the reason is that I got really ungrounded. And just like the animal in me that we all have, like higher self, middle self, lower self, and this animal in us, it was like starving for some substance. Because imagine living on this like high vibe island for 4 years, being in a healthy relationship, going into nature with animals, not having trauma in my reality. Like my frequency got leveled up so quickly that my body didn't fully catch up. And then I implemented eggs and this was really good. And then like a year ago, I ate my first steak and it was like so challenging because like, I'm biting into a cow. Like what the fuck? Of course. But like the animal in me, and yesterday, because I haven't eaten it probably in over a month, the animal in me, like it's like a truck, it's and Faye and I were like, hi, I feel so good in my body, this thing when I don't know where to put myself and I'm like ungrounded and I cannot sleep well and I'm awake at night all the time. Like Faye and I, we slept so well tonight. Like this, like really when your body is just like if you take like a sedative or whatever it's called, and like something ingrained in me hit home. But now, this morning I was to Faye, should we eat steak every day?
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously no, like I don't need it so much. But this is like these tricky things. Like I would say like once per month, every 2 weeks, a high quality steak. Because this is what I did before I met you. I was eating too much meat. That we found this duck place and it was really nice. But then I just went there sometimes on autopilot because it's easy. But then I was like, my body was like, no, you're not. It's like a big ceremony for me eating meat. And when I go there with Faye, it's like a date night. We're doing a prayer. We're very intentional. So before I met you, I ate meat too often. My body was like, hey, it's not intentionally because you only eat it when you truly need it.
Yeah.
So I think you and I were just good for each other to like...
Yeah, and then you met the vegan who is influencing you to eat more veggies, more vegan stuff. But yeah, I think it's at the end of the day, even if we're spiritual and there's like this kind of perception that people need to be perfect at everything that you do, or like for vegans, like you experience it as well, like you put on this label and it becomes part of your identity and then you don't allow yourself to do anything that is not vegan. And I think the world doesn't need perfect human beings doing everything perfect, but just people that are happy and following their instinct, and it's not about being perfect, because at the end of the day, we're humans experiencing and learning through this experience. It's not about being the highest, most elevated, because yeah, you need things that ground you as well. Like me with substances as well. Like I know I like them. It feels fucking good. Like on Sunday when I was on this party, I was like, fuck, it feels fucking amazing. But also remembering that it feels fucking amazing because I do the work to put my body on that state, and I've been working out, I've been meditating, doing yoga and all of these things. So this is an enhancer that only works when, let's say, like kind of all the juices are very like charged up, and then when I do the release, it's like but then if I do it every day, then it loses the magic. So it's kind of like the reminder of this is so good, but it's so good only because it's once in a while. And then
So what did the weed remind you on Sunday of, like what you wanna like?
just the flowiness of, like, I really feel when I'm on weed or on a lot of drugs, but like weed mostly, it's like my channel's open and like the music enters and I'm taken, you know. It's like something that I'm not even controlling it. Like for me, it would be difficult to not dance, you know, like I would be forcing myself to not dance. And so when the music enters, it's just like I feel super powerful and I can go for hours and I'm connected to the source. And it's just such a beautiful flow where I feel so powerful and invincible. But then I'm also, in these 3 weeks that I was sober, I tried to reach that state without any substance. And it was, of course, it's beautiful and it's doable, but it's not the same. It's never going to be the same.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's the same. Like yesterday I did breath work with Bastian, one of my close friends, and it was a beautiful, intense session where in the body it feels kind of like DMT, and it's like you kind of get visuals, but it's not the same as smoking the DMT where you're like, there's no way, there's no place for doubt that you're tripping and you're gone, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Faye is also smoking weed once per month or something.
Yeah.
And then I remember last time she did, like in the evening, she loves to like get creative, like paint or play music. And as soon as she smokes, she immediately like starts dancing, you know?
Yeah.
And then because she like feels her body in ways that have like fallen asleep a little bit. And then she's like, wow, Lumi, like our cat. She's like, because she's like saying cats are all the time in this frequency.
Yeah.
And then Lumi really reacted to Faye because like, finally you meet me there. You know?
Yeah. Now you're stoned.
Yeah. And this is where... that's why, like, yes, I was thinking, like, I want to smoke weed. Like, you know, like we talked last time about it. I haven't touched it in so long because I'm, like, afraid to be in this paranoia tour wakes. But it's like this, like, the parts that have sometimes that want to be reawakened.
Yeah.
And this is such a powerful permission slip to feel it. But it's so tough on, like, how often do I do this?
Yeah, but I can hold a ceremony for you. We can do
really?
it before I leave. Yes, I would love to. It's like I've done it for most of my friends that are kind of afraid of weed or that struggle with this, and I'm like, I know how to prepare the space. It's kind of similar to what DMT, and then we smoke a few puffs, and then you see how you feel, and then it's just about relaxing. And when you're in a safe bubble, it's like always such a good time. I did it with Senia, and it was amazing.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
And then should we eat steak together? Should I hold space for you?
Yes.
Just, yeah?
Yeah.
Steak?
No. No steak
You
for
see?
me.
No. But first you said yes.
No, I thought it was DMT.
No, first you said yes. You see your animal respond.
No.
Okay, I think this
it was
is
a misunderstanding.
No.
I think I'm not open for eating animals. I mean, I've been vegan for 10 years and...
Can you make this...
Yeah, let's fix the background. It's falling apart.
Or just put it away. It's like, yeah.
So I've also been vegan for 10 years and I was a very strict vegan because I started my veganism because of treatment. It was a natural treatment guided by a naturopath in Venezuela because I had a tumor in my pituitary and my health was very affected through my teenage years. So this was like such a blessing for me because for the first time when I was 19 and in my early 20s, I started to feel healthy and powerful, and veganism brought so much to me that I also grabbed it as like my identity and like my pillar of everything. And I was very strict. Like I wouldn't allow myself to eat, even if I was dying for it, I wouldn't allow myself. And then with time, in the past few years, like I allow myself to eat some ice cream sometimes if I have the craving, you know, and it doesn't happen very often. But for example, and I shared it with you, like a few weeks ago, I was craving so much a Magnum, like a dirty Magnum with dairy. And I just went for it and enjoyed it. And then it doesn't change anything. It's just, I had the craving, I followed it, I felt amazing. and then it's fine. I do it very good 90% of the times, and then but steak is not. I mean, eating animals like flesh, it's still not in the radar for me. I like never say never, right? Maybe at some point.
Yeah, so this is a whole topic I want to dive into now.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we met the first time at Vegan Heaven or something. I found out that you're like also a long-term vegan and still are.
Yeah.
Because it's like a thing that, I never could imagine a million years back then that I'm not vegan anymore. Like I thought I do this for the rest of my life, and I was like an activist. I went on the streets. I did like a lot of activism, and my social media, I was like a huge promoter for veganism. And some periods I was like really judgy, you know, to people like, how can you, like, you're like,
Yeah, of course.
It's like, so, but then it's actually a thing that many plus 10 years, like Faye, she has been vegan for 10 years, or many others, and then eventually they stop, which was back then unimaginable for me. But now I see, everyone, like, especially when we're younger, we're so in these bubbles.
Yeah.
And this is all that exists, and we cannot even comprehend how.
Yeah.
And now
especially in your 20s, you feel like what you've discovered about yourself is what you're gonna be your whole life, and it's not like this. Like, you have to be open for evolution and changing and contradict yourself as well. Like, the version of you from 5 years ago is totally different from this one, and that's okay.
And then in the restaurant, I was like, I told you that I'm not vegan anymore. I was like, do you judge me?
No, not really. I've never been like a judgy vegan. Maybe in the beginning, yes, but now I'm like, each one needs to follow their own truth, and like, for me, it's like, if you're conscious about it, and you are, and you live a healthy lifestyle and you're happy, then it's fine. I just think when it becomes unhealthy, also the type of people that eat meat or animal products, but then they're the ones starting attacking the vegans and saying all these comments, I'm like, I'm not interested in what you put in your body. Don't judge what I'm putting. So, I'm more like, my way of approaching, also not only with veganism but with life in general, I don't like to judge people or to see them through a lens of judging, or I could see, and I'm aware of, like, there's differences on how they approach life, but that's their story, because I also don't like to be judged. I'm like focused on me, and if you're doing good and you're not disturbing my freedom, I don't disturb yours, and it's like, it's all good. But yeah, that's
you don't judge me?
No, I don't.
Wow.
I accept you for who you are, and I want you. I mean, I would love to inspire you to eat less animals and eat more vegan, healthy,
you sound like me
delicious
back
food.
then.
But I don't judge you if you eat meat.
Wow. Yeah, I wish every vegan would be like you. What you just said is goals. Because like I was also sitting back then when I like implemented animal products. It's like, okay, what does veganism mean for me? And I was like, doing the least harm.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, because I got so attacked when I stopped being vegan, like, and I was like, most vegans for me aren't quote unquote vegan in the sense of like, because like hating others and judging others and wishing them like negative things and being so aggressive is like not for me doing the least amount of harm.
No. And it's like this fight of like who can be the most perfect, and when there's this subcategories of and you relate with this label, and then there's this community of people, and then everybody's fighting to who can be the best vegan, the healthier, the one who does everything perfect, everything organic and zero waste and stuff. And it's like, but what about you enjoying life, And it's not about, we don't need like all the population being perfect vegans, like creating awareness and having people know that their actions have impact in others. But at the end of the day, we're all doing the best we can, and it has to be sustainable for you, and you need to be happy living your life. When you become miserable, then it's like, what's the point? So, I'm here talking about veganism, but my jacket, my vest, it's leather. So, and it's contradictory, and it's what it is. And this one, I got it on a vintage store. So, it's something that already existed, and all of my clothes are vintage.
Then it's no problem.
But but still, like, it's people tend to comment and be like, "Oh, you're vegan, so you shouldn't do this or that." And it's like, I'm me. I'm just doing my life, and so this is why I don't like to judge and get into this.
Yeah, many use it as like the ultimate weapon to put themselves above everyone and justify everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they are right and you're wrong. Because it's and.
We
you
just
know?
gotta stop judging each other, and just once you stop judging other people and putting all of this, oh my God, they're doing this, then you also kind of stop doing it for you. So then it's so liberating when you don't, and then also in your head, people are not judging you and not criticizing you because it doesn't exist in your reality. So you're just like following your truth, doing your thing. And of course, people will do things that trigger you or you don't fully resonate or accept what they're doing, but that's their story. I don't mind. As long as nobody's hurting each other, I think it's okay. Everybody should be free. And I really am love to push people to be yourself, be your too much, be everything that you are and don't be afraid. And all the people I have around me, I'm like, just be you. I don't want to judge. And I also don't want when this judgy energy comes around and starts because then you feel like, oh my God, if I do this, then it feels weird. I don't like this energy of judgment.
Yeah.
Who are we to judge? We're all fucking humans and we all make mistakes. Nobody is fully perfect. Nobody will be.
I love how you said when we were doing the vlog and I asked you okay, and how do you deal with people that you don't like so much? You said, I treat everyone as I like to be treated.
Yeah.
And that really stuck with me. Because
Do you know that's a saying my mom used to tell me a lot? She was always like, you need to treat everyone in the way that you like to be treated. And that stuck with me my whole life. And it's kind of like my way, even if I'm because obviously I'm human and there's people that might trigger me or make me feel like, oh my God, I don't like this human being. But even if I don't like them, I need to kind of have compassion and understand that they are the way they are because of the circumstances and life experiences that they lived, put them in this kind of persona that they are now. So even if it's triggering or annoying for me, I'm like, they still deserve respect. They still deserve.
The cat is freaking out. I need to because he's trapped.
Go for it. So we're in a little commercial break while Shlumi goes into the room. She needs to get her shit together, and now Roddy is coming out. They all want to be part of the podcast.
Oh my God, this cat. Cats reflect us.
Yeah.
And I have the most vocal cat. Because I am this chachi bitch, And I have my own kakamumu and stuff. So yeah, I it's this thing of I see so much. This is my gift. I'm a seer, oracle, and really get so much information.
Yeah.
And yet I'm every day challenged with not what I see to not judge, And I'm really good in I nailed for the last years interactions. Any human I meet in real life or online, I respect kindness and in the heart. But now I'm at this thing in my head, when I'm looking on social media at other people and I see their stuff to to not fucking judge, because it's still all energy and it's basically how I'm treating parts of myself. And so I don't know, I just really like what you say, and I love that your mom taught you this of treat others how you want to be treated. So now I'm when I find myself judging, I take extra time and to see myself in them and the good parts, and then if I would be them, how I would be wanna treated by me. If someone else sees stuff of me, maybe tell me but do it nicely.
Exactly.
I want, because I wanna be treated nicely. You
know?
know?
Of course.
And I don't wanna be
because we all see shit, right? We're all reading, and some others more than others. But I think you can also communicate it as with love and as a read and not with this judgment energy, because it's totally different when you see when you tell a compliment, you're seeing something that it's positive and you communicate it and then it's received as a compliment. But then when it's negative, people tend to take it as judgment, and we also need to lower the ego and accept also that we're not perfect, and these readings can also be helpful, but when they're doing as with love and as a way of oh, this could be improved, this you have this kind of behavior or thing that you do that it's not okay, so this could be improved. But the judgment sometimes comes in.
I'm a judgy bitch. This is a big one for me. Really, I'm a Virgo as well. I see so much, and it's it's something every day I'm like challenged by.
Yeah.
And I just see like you're just so inspiring to me because you're like really woke and you never label yourself really as woke, or so, but you
Yeah.
say things that you just really get it, you
Yeah.
know. And you're not like lecturing others and tell them
Yeah.
right. You just get it and you choose to be in joy and compassionate
Yeah.
and kind. And this is like, you know, I want to be more like you. That, yeah, this is it's really inspiring.
Thank you.
Because at the end, like also me judging others, I cut myself off, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm the one being alone and thinking I'm better. And
Yeah, of course.
and yeah, this is, you just,
Yeah, but it's a process. And also what we talked about last time about the highest way of be like, I don't remember exactly how you said it, but being present in joy, you know, in music, it's the way of you being your higher self, you know. And for me, it's not like, oh, I'm my higher self, so I pretend to be spiritual and I'm telling people deep things, you know, when it's not, it doesn't feel natural for me. Like it's just I'm following my heart, and when it comes out, it's just because it comes from here, and it's just like wow, expressed out. And then that's when it touches people really, because people weren't, it's kind of in a moment where you don't come and you're like, you need to hear what I have to tell you. It's just like we're talking about it, and then this comes out, and it's kind of like the spirit is the one who's speaking. So
yeah, exactly. You're just channeling from the heart authentically, you know.
Yeah.
And also like really wherever it's received, you know. And yeah, like for me, for a while now, when I was more in the hermit, I was just like on social media looking at people I don't like so much, like other men, where I have like a trigger going on because, like, you know, they're making money. It was like, in my opinion, toxic masculine traits. And I'm like, okay, but why am I watching this so much? Why don't I, especially as a reflector, reflect people that I love and that I'm inspired by? And now that I'm hanging out with you, I love humans more.
Yeah.
I see the good, because, and I'm like, and I deserve this as well, to be in this frequency. So I really now take extra care to people I don't vibe with, to like just mute them, like not consume them.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like feeding something like a lower part that like wants a quick like gossip thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, but then I get so in this I hate humans mood.
Yeah.
And now I need to hang out with humans that inspire me, and then then I can really shine, and then my ego can also be happy because I'm seen in my light. Like last week's pyramid aesthetic dance. You were there, Faye were there, so many people I love. I could so be my higher self, my full potential in the heart, and my ego was happy as a side product.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need to like, so I'm happy in my life, okay?
Yeah, me too. We really came to complement each other in many, many ways, because also your influence, and since you appear, it's like life has been like and so much bliss and so much like joy, connection, and it feels like already like family, you know. Like the other day when we came here to cook arepas together with Faye and other friends, and just the dance, it felt like being little cousins, you know, like when we were teenagers and going to this house to dance and cook and have fun together. And it's just so simple, but also so rich, because not a lot of people can experience that, especially as adults. Kind of adults start to like get out of their families and then live this life where it becomes lonely, and we need to keep the inner child alive, and we need to keep the connection and the fun and the joy, because we never stop being kids. And there is this kind of false idea of you need to be an adult and you need to be serious and stiff and responsible, but that kills your soul. The inner child needs to be very alive every time. So I try to bring it.
And you are, because I'm like this too, so we can be that so authentically.
Yeah.
Because many have like forgotten the inner kid and locked it away and now relearn it, but there's still so much trauma that they need to like work through.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
With some people, when the inner kid comes out, also like the darkness comes out and stuff. And I'm like sometimes like, oh, this is not so safe.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, okay, can we really play? Apparently not. Maybe we need to heal. And I'm so happy to have someone now where I can really be my inner kid, which I am anyways, but where you are like that too, and it just feels good all the way, you know? Because often I had like friends, and then I bring the inner kid out, you know?
Yeah.
But then all this stuff comes out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wait, this is like there are parts that, and then I don't feel safe or something. And
Yeah.
so
I guess for me, I really just want to create a safe space and a bubble that it's very curated. So this is why I'm very like picky with energies and my friends and the people that I put around me. But it's like I just look for good-hearted souls that are authentic, and then it's like all of them, because we all have insecurities, right? And we all have trauma and stuff, and we all been told that we're too much, or like, you know, you're being annoying, or you should control. And for me, it's like, no, give me your too muchness. I want it. Or like, don't apologize for being you. And it's like the thing that most of my friends have dealt when they start hanging out with me. They're like, I'm sorry, I did this, and I'm like, not at all. Like because you're expressing who you are fully, and I love that, you know, and it's unique. It's like nobody else in the world could express and experience life as you. So this is why I'm so interested on connecting on the heart and see who you are as a person and what you have to put in on the table, which is totally unique than my other friend and my other friend. So this is like kind of my goal, to create a space that it's so pure and beautiful, and also remove the judgment and the gossiping, because this is such a toxic energy that it's not good for anyone, you know?
So book is shooting now with Vladimir. He shows you how to even be that in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
like so cool that you offer that.
Yes.
Because you're just so good in that. Because you also, I think, as a generator and being a little more defined, you can be this, like the safe space, regardless if other people are not.
Yeah.
This is really challenging for me as a reflector, being so open that when other people are not that, it's more challenging for me to hold it.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas with you, I can like reflect you and amplify it,
Yeah.
because you're already so dead, you know.
Yeah.
But because you can. Whoa, that's just a weird sound. Okay, now it's good. You can just. Like I can just observing you, and this is what I see in a little more defined generators, especially, that regardless the environment, they can stay strong in that, like centered in this, you know, even if maybe one or two people feel a little weird or something.
Yeah.
And this is then I just feel like so weird because I feel everything they feel and it's just like run away.
Yeah. It can be too overwhelming. Yeah, it's kind of, because also I feel like the responsibility of creating a safe space for everybody. So sometimes when I feel like there's a lot of discomfort, I'm like, how can I, you know, use my energy to lift it up and like make them feel good? Then sometimes it takes a lot of inner work in each person. So I also don't put myself this burden of I have to be the light for everybody. I used to before, and it was super exhausting. Although I'm a generator, like it also takes energy from me. So yeah, but it's beautiful. I love to connect with humans, and it keeps me so alive to be constantly on this stimulation and this sharing of the heart, and being like with this person and this other person, and have different experiences that enrich me so much.
Classical 5-1 generator. So you're
yes.
living your purpose.
Yes.
You're meant to be.
Yeah. And now, so since we last spoke, there's a lot of things happening on the island. So I've been doing shoots, and I did also a workshop where because a lot of people feel hesitant to book a photo shoot with me because they're like, oh, I'm not a model, or I've never been on a shoot, or maybe I'm not too beautiful and I don't deserve to be photographed. And I'm like, this is such like absurd idea. We're all beautiful, and we all deserve and need to be captured, you know.
Everyone?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone deserves it.
I was just testing you.
Yeah. No, I think that there can be beauty found in each person.
Yes.
And that's kind of my work, but I don't want to do it in like just pose for me and do this face and that. So the workshop that I did was like allowing people to play and feel safe, and creating a safe space where we even laugh about the bad poses and the unflattering parts, you know, and we're not perfect. Like I have parts of me that I don't feel as confident about, and that's okay.
Which one?
So this was like a big insecurity of mine, because my chest was like out. So when I was younger, my posture was totally like this because I was trying to hide it. And then my back started to arc. And so it took me a long time to stand up straight and be proud of my chest. And so in most photos, I would be like sitting down or trying to hide it, because I was like, everybody can see this. And I'm not attractive because I have this, you know, and it was like this belief. So I understand what it's like to have insecurities, and they can be super loud. So when I'm on the workshop, I'm like, let's just be honest, and let's celebrate the parts of us that we love, and let's try to work on the ones that we don't like too much. And it's photography, so we don't have to capture those if you're not ready yet, you know. But the goal is to embrace fully everything that we are, and be like, this is me, this is what makes me me. And the crazy part about this, my I don't know the name of this kind of like anomaly on the chest, but it's
Greek god
Greek
chest.
god chest, big.
That's just too
What
big to shine.
No, so wait. So I got the role on the movie that I did in Venezuela, basically because I was very tall. But when I was on the casting, they were like, "Take your shirt off," and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is one of my biggest. I'm gonna be shirtless in a casting, and they're not gonna give me the role." So I take my shirt off, and then the directors were like, "Oh my god, look at his chest is like so weird and so big." And for the movie, it was amazing because they needed this for the character. It was a monster. So when I started doing coaching lessons for acting with my coach, which was such an angel, he was one of the big masters in my life, and we were hanging out a lot together, like 8 hours per day. And he was like this wise man yogi in Venezuela, and he told me, your chest is so big because your heart was so big that it needed space to grow out.
Exactly.
And that's your superpower.
Wow.
So see, it's like
Yeah.
finding the beauty in my biggest insecurity.
Wow.
He saw the real beauty and something that really touched me. And now it's like, yeah, I have a big chest because I have a big heart. And it's, and it's like now I'm working out and building muscle around it. So it's like, it's slowly building up to become something. And it's what makes me, what makes me unique. There's nobody else in this world that has this body. And it looks like this ultra dimensional being, mermaid, whatever that is. Like, I think the most beautiful beings are the ones that are out of the conventional,
Like me not having a belly button.
Exactly. You were abducted by the aliens.
Yeah.
They put a lot of
And back then,
magic things.
I was like so into bodybuilding and comparing myself so much to like, how does he look? How do I look?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm playing a completely different league.
Exactly.
I'm not like a human with a navel and having like the classical six pack.
Yeah.
I'm having like a neat scar, no belly button. So I'm like how can I compare?
Yeah.
I don't anymore because I don't look like this.
Yes, totally. And also what I tell people always, like, we're so harsh with ourselves when we look the reflection and we look every little detail, like, this is missing and this is like but when people experience us, like when I look at you, I'm not looking with a microscope like, oh, look, this, that
You don't look so close.
I don't. But what I see is your energy. What I see is mostly your eyes, the energy that you radiate. And this is something that all of us will not be able to experience. We are not able to experience ourselves from from this perspective, only by the mirror. And every time we do it, we're judgy and we're like, oh, ooh, that. And I'm guilty of that sometimes as well, and it's like, but people don't experience you like this. People experience like the way you make them feel. So this is why nourishing your energy and building up your heart and make like safe space for people is so important, because this is really what they remember.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. And you have such beautiful energy.
Thank you.
And you're also beautiful physically. And you're so tall, which is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you love being so tall?
I love being so tall.
Right?
I mean, it's kind of complete. I love the height because it gives me like such a good view of the world. I'm able to see everything all the time. It also comes with everybody can see me as well. So I cannot go unnoticed. And I'm used to it now because it's been like this my whole life. And growing up in Venezuela, I was the tallest all the time, like by far. The average people are 170, 75. That's the max. And I'm 2 meters. So it's like a big difference. So I'm used to being the center of attention and being seen, and I like that. But sometimes it can be too much. When you don't want attention and you want to go unnoticed, there's no way for me to escape. And also in terms of relationships, I love masculine guys who are big and strong. So it's kind of hard for me to find someone who's bigger than me,
Yeah.
So I have to kind of like accept it and be like, okay, 195 is good enough. Which is already
like
yeah, it's very
I'm
hard
not
to
this
find.
tall and I'm a tall guy.
Yeah.
Like I see that aesthetic dance when you're like dancing in the middle, everyone sees you, and then I can feel you getting like burned out, and then you go like to the very, very side, but still everyone sees
exactly.
you.
Yeah, there's no way for me to hide. Yeah.
So you're even seeing that I'm thinning up here.
I see everything.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
I see it all.
No, but I also made my peace with it. Like I really, I had like a phase where I'm like, shit, should I like hide it? Should I wear a hat all the time or not like bow down? And then I started to like intentionally like bow down to everyone and squat down that. And now I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I still like, of course, if I could press a button, I would have like thick hair line here. Like with my scar, if I could press a button, I wouldn't. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But I'm not insecure about it anymore. And I see why it happened. So it humbled me even more, which I needed, because like, I see.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I
Yeah.
think it's normal to
If
have
I would have
ins-
your hair, I would have still an ego, you know?
I can donate you a few of my curls.
No. I need to stay humble.
Yeah, it's all part of what makes you 30, you know. So it's because we were programmed to kind of chase this ideal of beauty and this standard of beauty that was sold to us, that this is the only thing that it's successful and finds love and it's loved and seen, you know. And it's obviously like very beautiful to look at, but not all of the humans are like this, you know. And when I also do photo shoots, it's like I shoot a lot of naked people, and when I look at bodies, every single body is so different from each other. And I find it so beautiful and so unique that a lot of the bodies that I shoot are not fitting into the model kind of, you know, the fashion industry standard. But for me, it's more beautiful because it's real. It's a human being that is happy, that it's healthy, that you can tell in the body the person who does yoga or that does Pilates or that does gym. So for me, that's so beautiful that each person can narrate their story and who they are uniquely. So this is you, you know, this is Ferdy with the scar and with the yes, like this is you, and this is what, instead of being ashamed of it or trying to hide it, it's like embracing it, and it's like, this is my superpower. Because the Vladi who was hiding his chest, he was also causing back problems and posture problems, and he was looking so insecure because he was hiding. But once he came out and it's like, this is my superpower, then a lot of things started changing. And it's funny because a lot of people see me now and they're like, wow, you're so confident and you irradiate so much joy and confidence. And it's like, well, I earned it because I used to be the most insecure guy. I would be like always at parties hiding and even avoiding parties because I hated myself. There was a point in my life where I hated every part of me and it was horrible. So I came out of it, and now I'm on the other side of the spectrum. But I also understand what it's like to feel it and to really not believe it. So it's kind of like my mission to inspire people to, you don't have to look like a 10 out of 10 or like Brad Pitt to feel confident. You can just accept who you are and rock it, because that's it. Like serving Kant is this attitude of, I don't care if I'm overweight. I don't care if I'm, you know, I'm all of these things.
What? Serving what?
Serving Kant.
A serving cunt is
Yes.
what?
This is like this attitude that a lot of queer people have, because we were repressed for so long that it's kind of like when you're repressed constantly and beaten for who you are, you need to own it. You know, you need to stand up and be like, well, yeah, I'm that bitch, you know, and what are you going to say about it? And this is when you gain power against the bullies, but it takes time. But serving con is this attitude of like, I'm just that bitch, you know, I don't care if I'm fat or black or like all these things that society constantly said, like, this is wrong or this is the lowest. And you own it, and then you're like, this is the people that look so good and confident.
Serving cunt.
Yeah, serving cons.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you say I'm that bitch, then I be that bitch.
I'm gonna be that
Yeah.
bitch. Yeah.
But Brad Pitt is so hot, right?
Yeah, I know. I think
He's like
he's the ultimate crush for everybody.
Right.
Like everybody would fuck him.
for
or
me.
want to be fucked by him.
Yeah, he is like
He's
like
a dream.
like for example, Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic when he was young. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
beautiful.
But then I love him as an actor, like really a lot. But he's like, Brad Pitt is just so hot.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous,
Yeah, it's
right?
ridiculously
It's really
hot. Everything. Just the smile and the eyes and,
And
the body.
even him getting older. He just stays so hot.
Daddy, yeah.
Okay, so I have the ultimate question.
Yes, tell me.
If you meet the 10 out of 10 guy, energetic wise, like from the inside, it's a perfect match with you. But he's short. He's only 1.69
meters. I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is energy, and that's what like the main thing. So I've also been with short guys in the past, and it's okay. But to be honest, like the feeling that I have, you know, and because I also have like a very feminine energy that it needs to be balanced with something more masculine and big. I love to feel protected, and like the masculine is there holding me, you know. So with shorter guys, it feels more like, and even when we're having sex, like it's more like I'm the bigger one, so I'm naturally the one who's dominating and the one who's stopping, and I love both, you know. I also love to be a bottom, and I love to be dominated, and it's really rare that it happens naturally when the guy is too short. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint short guys. I'm open to everything, you know. I would never say never, but yeah, no, it's like size matters.
So, but what's more important, the size or the energy?
The energy, for
Right.
sure. Yeah. Because I've
100%.
met like a lot of beautiful guys externally, but then the energy is so up that even now I've been celibate for like more than 3 months, and even if I have sex, like since I'm in Copenhagen, I've had like every once in a while, like every once 4 months, and it's just when the energy is right. Sometimes the external, it's not that interesting, but it's just the energy and the way they make me feel. That's really what I'm looking for, because I could get attracted and horny about beautiful hot men, especially in Santiva, when you go in like all these muscles and all this body. So my program self is looking there, you know, and like all these fantasies pop up, you know, but then it's like, but the energy is so fucked up, and it's just, it makes me creep out, you know, and I don't feel safe. So it's very important for me to, you know, I've managed to do the other way as men, because we first start with the dick, and then it starts to grow to the heart, you know. And for me, like, I also love people who stimulate me a lot in the brain. So I'm a little bit of sapiosexual. I need to have deep conversations and like, please play with my head and be sarcastic and just entertain me. And then once I'm connected on the heart, then my heart opens on the brain, and then my heart opens, and then I'm like, whoa, yeah, I really want to fuck with this man. Yeah.
And like I want to fuck his soul.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Not just his body.
Not just his body, but the body is also really nice. Because I'm also very into touch. I'm very sensitive, so I love the touching and the feeling of the body, and just, I also think like it's a definition of you being healthy and being strong. So it's not just the looks of it, it's just like what it represents. It represents a healthy, strong human being.
Yeah. And all the energy is also shown in the body, right?
Exactly.
Like with Faye, like she radiates such feminine energy, and it's shown in her body. Like she has she has really nice boobs.
Yeah.
She has a little pouch like that protects her organs. That radiates just so much warmth.
Yeah.
You know, when women for me have like a really skinny belly, it's not so mine. It's like it feels a little cold. Like it's like. You know, it's like often they don't have their period and stuff, and like everything is like shown
in the body,
right?
Yeah.
So I wonder what's up when men are not tall. What's that about? This is like a big, because just a side note, I talked about this many times in my podcast because I try to figure it out, because it's all spirit. Like we come in the suit perfectly customized for our life theme. Like we chose that on a higher level to experience something.
Yeah.
And for me, guys that come in short are like the biggest warriors, because it's like the biggest challenge I can imagine as a guy is being short, because you cannot change it. And no matter how much money, no matter how much fame, you're a short guy, which is so humbling. Yeah. And then what I see, either short guys have like this crazy ego and will never compensate their shortness with all the money, the success, because or are the nicest guys ever because they are so humble and so in the heart. Yeah. And I just have so much respect for them, because like me with my scar, I'm like, it's the biggest challenge for them, like Ferdi, compared to like being really short as a guy. So I just wonder what's that about, that you come in like as a soul. I'm like, okay, I choose to be really short as a guy. It's like huge respect.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, tall people don't have it that easy, because it depends on where you're from. But for example, in Venezuela, it's like extremely rare. So it could be either very good. But for example, my mom, she's 185. And as a woman, that's like a big size. And she was bullied a lot just for being very tall. And
for women, it's like the other way,
it's the other way around. Yeah. So... But yeah, it's a thing about power, because even if we're not too aware of it, like the bigger the human being is, the more power they represent and the more intimidating they are, right? So yeah,
it's like how, like I can feel it. People who don't know me, they're like, especially men, they're like, and I'm like, no, I'm a butterfly, la la la, and then they're like often confused.
I'm just very
or something.
big, but most tall men, they're either like this masculine, big, huge beast, or I've met a lot of tall people that are so peaceful and so like caring, they're like these guardians of the rest, because we have awareness that we're bigger and we are intimidating just by our presence. So there's like kind of like a thing of compensate the energies and being like, okay, I'm here at peace. Most of the most beautiful guardians, like angels that I've met, are very tall people. Like my mom has this energy. You have like this energy of butterfly, playful, but also like caregiver.
But I feel so small next to you. Usually I'm always the tallest.
You're 190?
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
I'm still growing.
189.
No, like,
But I don't feel too much difference between us. Like I feel we meet eye to eye.
yeah, it's just this thing when you're a tall guy like me, I'm mostly the tallest.
Yeah.
And then when I meet someone taller, I'm always like,
Oh shit. Yeah. It's intimidating. Like for me, when I'm next to someone that's taller than me, it feels so weird. Even if it's just like 2-3 centimeters.
and even though I remember that you're tall, I'm like, you come in and I'm like, wow, you're taller. and then it reminds me of the effect I have on others, but I'm not really aware of it because I don't see myself as tall.
Of course.
But then there is this power that comes, and to like balance it, I'm like extra silly and feminine and loving and humble.
Yeah.
Because I don't like when people, especially men, want to play this like game with me. I'm like, no, I'm not found on this vibration.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this game
Yeah.
anymore. I never really used to. I used to play like the muscle game a little bit of like comparing and going in the gym as a bodybuilder, having like a tank top, but a hoodie over it, only putting the hoodie off when I have a pump. And then like, ooh. I used to like,
Wow.
like body dysmorphia, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I also suffer from body dysmorphia. It's really real. Yeah.
So, but you also picked the ultimate challenge in, like being a tall man is amazing, but then being a gay tall man and wanting to like be like
gender fluid who also identifies as female
and you're like also wanna be like the bottom and like wanna be protected. You're not this like gay man that just wants to like dominate.
Yeah.
And then coming in so tall is like, also we talked about this the other night.
Yeah.
Such a challenge. Like how on earth are you gonna find your partner?
I know, it feels like such a quest. I mean, like, to be totally transparent, I've never been in relationships fully with men. It's always been like very spontaneous meets, and it's like this is one of the heaviest things on my heart. And there's a lot of trauma coming from my dad's relationship, a lot of daddy issues. My dad was an alcoholic and he was extremely abusive when I was a kid. So there's a lot of pain and trauma with the way I connect and relate to men, especially straight men. So I've been doing a lot of healing in the past years, and now for me it's extremely healing to have straight friends that are so caring and so loving with me, and they really want to connect from the heart, because I never had this as a little kid. But
it was like really rough.
It was really rough for
like
me.
You shared like, you want to share that moment where you want to share it or no?
The Christmas. Yeah. So to have a little insight, like my dad, and now I've forgiven and I send him a lot of light and love, and I accept him. Like, this was the dad I chose to have just so I can be this, right? So I couldn't be here as this, and I'm so happy and proud of the version of myself I'm now. But it was really rough when I was a kid, and he was extremely homophobic, and he was, of course, dealing with a lot of trauma from his childhood and things that he never had the tools to deal with. And then he was just projecting all of this on me. And I guess I was extremely triggering for him, coming out of like, I was a boy, but then I was extremely feminine. And then I speak like a girl, and I was way more attracted to do like, play with Barbies and put on dresses. Like, I really wanted to be a girl when I was a kid, and that was completely not allowed. So the way of him to like kind of reformate me and prepare me for the external world was like beat me, being super violent with his fist, with his belt, like anytime. And he was also an alcoholic, so there was like a lot of situations where he was coming into the house driving drunk, and then I was there, and one time he almost ran over me, and my grandma needed to stop, and so it was very intense for me as a child. As a child, I didn't feel safe around him at all. And then the last kind of interaction we had was in 2005. I was 9 years old, and we were on Christmas in my grandparents' house. I always loved being the showman and, doing theater and doing dances and choreography. And I was with my cousins who were like 4 years younger than me. So they were 5, I was 9. And I was doing like a dance for us to do a show for the family. And this was also like his thing, is like, you are you're a man, you need to behave like a man, you shouldn't be playing with kids, you're so immature. Like they always put this idea in my head, like you're tall and you're big and you're a man, so you shouldn't be like playing and dancing because it looks ridiculous, you look ridiculous. And this separation that now I understand, it's so wrong for parents to put this idea on your kids, like stop talking when adults are talking, or don't talk when adults are like this. It's just so fucked up. And there was like a lot of like repression and punishment for me to even speak up. So I started to like really lower myself and lowering it so down that it became so heavy on me that this last time when he came, I was doing the dance with my cousins, he grabbed me by the arm and he started beating me like, you need to be a man, stop doing this faggot shit and la la la. I had enough and I went crying with my mom, which luckily my mom was my angel, and I'm all the light and all the love that I am because of my mom. And I'm so sane and so like not fucked up mentally because of my mom and the resources she gave me. She really gave me everything she could. But yeah, I went with my mom crying, and I remember this feeling like wishing from my heart, like I really wish I didn't have a dad. Like I want him gone out of my life. And then the next day he went to a party and he was drunk and he had a car accident, and then he stayed 1 month on the hospital, but then he died. So of course for me it was like, I feel like I made this wish and I manifested my dad dying. Like I really wish my dad dying, and he did. Like one day after, like right away after I made the wish. And I remember the feeling of like just hoping with all my heart, not him dying, because I was a kid and this was not in my brain, but it was more like I just want him to leave. I just don't want to see him ever again. And it happened. So I felt guilty for a lot of time. And then it's like, it took me so many years of therapy and meditation and like just healing through life and through other people that it's okay. But this also affected me a lot. And it's one of the reasons why I've never been in a relationship with men, because I feel so unsafe around men, and it still triggers me a lot. And I've had like very close relationship with girls, and I've been in relationships with girls that it feels like a marriage, but we're just friends, like we live together, we travel together. And when I look at it from the lens of, now, this was like a relationship, like a romantic relationship, but there's just no sex because I don't get turned on by women, it's like I don't sexualize them. So yeah, it's like a really challenging path that my soul decided to have. And then like this romance and love story, it's kind of like so entangled that I've never been able to find someone that I fully match with, because then it's so much fear and trauma around it. And yeah, and it's a tough one.
Wow, what a powerful sharing.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
of course.
Wow, this is like, I got goosebumps. Yeah, it's like so many levels. Like I never had real childhood trauma. Like my dad died when, like also my dad died, but I was like really young, and I only had like a really protective mom when I was a kid. And then like stories like this, like like the unsafety, like because as a kid you're like fully exposed, right? This is like your God and your caretaker, and it is wow. And then you making this wish, and it's like, so don't fuck with Vladi.
Yeah,
like, don't fuck
I
with him.
mean, there's been a lot of times where I manifest things instantly. Like it's crazy. I have other stories like, I'm in the car driving through the roads in Venezuela from my grandparents' farm. I was not driving. I was like on the back seat. But I remember like looking at the downhill and like the abysm and being like, wow, this is crazy if we like fall off. And then 5 seconds later, the car is like almost on the edge. And like this type of things used to happen to me a lot as a kid. And now as well, it's kind of crazy. Like I know I have a lot of power or maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. I'm a Wuju.
There are no coincidences.
There's no coincidence in this world. Yeah.
So
don't fuck with Vladi.
Please only wish me well, okay?
Yes.
Yes? I'm going to be nice to you.
You're in my heart. So I'm just sending you a lot of light.
Nice.
You don't want to mess up with the bad Scorpio.
No. Wow. Wow, you're just so cool. You should do your own podcast.
Yes.
Like yesterday when you sent me these long voice notes, I'm like, you're just so good in talking.
Yeah.
And also like solo talking, which many people, it's more challenging for them. But you can just keep, like, I also have this ability. I do my solo podcast in German, So I would say when you come back from your summer in Europe,
my summer in Europe,
we set up your own podcast, mate. How would you feel about it?
I'm very excited. I
Right?
also like the reception that we've had from the previous
Yeah.
podcast and this experience of just sitting down and talking. And I would love to also like invite friends over and talk, but also
Yeah.
do my own
Yeah.
just sharings, like what I do with you, when I'm sending you audios, because now we're on this point of the relationship, we're connecting deeper and we
Yeah.
send each other long audios, which I do with my closest friends. And it's like, I don't hold back. It's just like I press record and I'm just sitting there and I'm not even looking. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. Like
Your
just
throat is so open.
so open. Yeah. So it's just like sharing a lot of things. And I also make sure that the quality is good, that it's a quiet place. I set the intention. I'm not going to be sending you an audio when I'm on the street like, la, la, la. No.
Fuck these people.
Fuck these people. Yeah. This is not enjoyable. Like
Yeah.
this is why some people, when I say like, I send my friend like 1 hour worth of audios in one morning and they're like, what the fuck? And what are you talking about? It's like, well, a lot of interesting things. It's like, it's really a podcast.
Okay, wait. Who do you
So-
send 1 hour? Now I'm jealous.
Oh my God, Nicola. So you need to meet Nicola. She's one
Okay.
of my best friends. I love her. And we also connect so deeply. And she was there when I was in my very low point this year. And so I was just sharing a lot of what I was going through. And then she was reflecting back. And it was so nourishing. It was like a therapy session. And sometimes it could be like, one time we did 2 hours of just audios, which it could have been just
But like
better
in
to
a-
call.
In a day, you mean, or one voice note, 2 hours?
So 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes,
Okay.
30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because the maximum of WhatsApp is 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a limit?
That's the limit. 30
Are you
minutes.
sure? Because I received.
Sometimes it can
Yeah.
do more, but sometimes it cuts at 30.
Okay.
It depends. I
So
think
one
it
time
also
I
depends on
received an
storage.
hour-long one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which I haven't
Wow.
listened to.
Oh, shit.
was like a guy and we fallen out and he was just like so triggered and like out of the trigger like lecturing me and I'm like, dude, like
yeah.
why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends. Like, I really, like, your audio sparks so much joy in me. Like, every time I have it, I'm like, yes, it's my
Yeah,
morning
right.
sunshine. But some audios, I'm like, it depends on the
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
And it depends on my mood. And this is also why I love audios, because then you listen when you're ready and you can be present
Yeah.
to receive the message.
And so who's this friend? Is she German as well?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
German.
really?
Of course. I love my Germans.
Yeah, I want to meet her.
Yeah, she's coming. Like, we're gonna meet in Europe, and then we're coming together in September. So yeah,
Oh,
she already
nice.
knows about you, of course.
Oh.
She has seen the stories.
Do I know her or no?
I don't think so. She's lived on the island, but she's more in the ecstatic dance and kind of. She's a really good dancer. That's how we met. Like, it was very so aligned. Like, I saw her on the dance floor. I was normally I don't go to Seaboard, and this Wednesday I was like, I want to go to Seaboard. I don't know why. I don't even like the vibe there. I just want to dance. And I go alone and I look around and I'm like, I don't know anyone here. And then I see her and like this, she was the only one on the dance floor that was like really vibing and enjoying to the music. And I'm like, there was so much light coming out of her. I just go and talk and we start dancing and this like warmth in our stomach was like building up. And then we sat down and we talked. And since there, and then we didn't even make plans to meet. We were just meeting randomly.
I want a picture. Because when you were talking yesterday about her, I
Yeah.
was trying to find her in your Delicious group, but I couldn't find her.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
let's
So,
find Nicola,
I'm just so
one
nosy.
of my
I
best
just want to
friends.
see a picture.
Also, like when it was my birthday, she was like, she's mother energy. This is Nicola.
Which
And
one?
the
The one in the
crown.
middle?
And she made this crown of flowers for me. Yeah.
No,
I
I don't know her. This-
I call her the tigeress butterfly because this is like the spirit animal that I see very clearly in her.
And she's German?
Yeah.
Okay. She looks more Russian.
More Russian.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks kind of like Xenia, right? Like
Right,
blonde
yeah.
Xenia. Yeah. This is when we were starting the friend group, we were like they're the lake of swans, the black swan and the white swan.
Mhm. Do they get along?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, copyright strike.
Copyright strikes. So this is Nicola. Yeah, they get along very well. Nicola is an angel. She's like the mother energy of the group and so wise.
Okay. And you're gonna meet her in Berlin?
Yes, I think we're gonna meet maybe Berlin or Warsaw, and then we're gonna
Oh,
spend Warsaw in Poland,
I don't know.
the capital of Poland.
Warsaw. Is it Warsaw? I don't know.
Warsaw, I don't know. in
Venezuelan and the
Spanish is-
German talking.
Yeah. In Spanish is Varsovia, So in English is Warsaw. So maybe in
I think
German.
it's Warsaw, but I'm also like not super good when it comes to capitals.
Yeah. And then we're going to meet there. We're going to go to Garbage together. Like most of the family are going together. And then we go to Berlin and spend August in Berlin.
And what's garbage?
It's a festival in Poland.
Who would call a festival garbage?
But it's not garbage like garbage.
Yeah.
It's like beach. So that's
Like
the name
vegetable?
of the town. It's the name of the town.
Oh, the name of the town. Okay.
Yeah.
Still
I also
sounds
thought
like-
it was garbage, like
Yeah.
garbage bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting plans for the summer in Europe, which I'm very excited for going, but I'm also quite overwhelmed leaving the island. You know, like this is my last week,
Yeah.
last few days.
Yeah.
So many things happening, so
Yeah.
much like things to plan and, you know, schedule, and also going from like I've been in roots this whole time, like 1 year and a half, like in my nest, and now I'm connecting so deeply with so many people, and now it feels like I need to fly off and be more in this nomad kind of mood, and it's a bit scary.
Right? It's always leaving the island is always weird,
Yeah.
especially when you have been here for a while.
I know, and when it's so good for
Yeah.
you, right?
And it's also this funny thing, the more we live in the now, it's like now you're here.
Yeah.
So everything is here. But knowing like in a week I won't be here, but it's
Yeah.
still like, yeah, but it's in a week. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like living so present, right? It's
Yes.
like, yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious how your summer is going to be. I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
you too.
Like, we'll still, you know?
Yeah, we started building something very special, but it's
Yeah.
good. Then you're gonna stay here with some other friends. You're gonna continue like building up the nest, and then I come back with fresh energy, maybe a boyfriend, some new friends, a lot of
Yeah,
money, and a lot of new
money.
ideas. Yeah, this summer.
Bring back a whole suitcase only
Of-
filled with money.
Yeah, with euros.
Yes.
Yes.
What were
It's
you
a
about?
deal.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What were you about to say?
Yeah, I feel like this summer in Europe is gonna charge me with a lot of fresh energy. Like I'm really looking forward to experience like cities and different realities.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think it's good, so good for you.
Yeah.
Like you're designed. You're meant to like be
yes.
in like the center, like the hub of community.
yes.
And this is where you thrive.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm even like, I don't know, life is so unpredictable for me anymore. Like I can really not plan so much. But now I'm even like thinking, not this summer, like I have the guidance to stay here, but maybe next summer to like also spend like this summer in
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can go together next year.
Yeah, maybe. So you're doing this
or meet
every
there. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to. Because Europe is such a cool place to be in the summer. Like
yeah.
I think it's cool only during the summer, but it's very
Yeah.
cool because then it's like all these energies has been contained and cooking because the winter is so rough and everybody's
Yeah.
so sad and
Yeah.
the days are short, but then you have the other side of the spectrum and then everybody's like so vibrant and days are super long and everything's happening, so many festivals and things to do that also it's like the island here during the summer becomes kind of boring and very low and like
Yeah.
slow. So it can be good. But for someone like me,
Yeah.
I experienced it last year and that was enough. You know, I don't see myself living in an island all the time, like the whole
Yeah.
year.
So last low season you were
Yeah,
here?
I was here whole 2025 and so far whole 2026.
And did you get bored?
Yeah. And even though back then I was in a love bubble kind of thing, it wasn't like romantic fully, but I was with this guy. We were living together and doing everything together. I was very blinded by I was in love, you know, and this like he was the center of my universe, and I didn't feel too much the low season because I was like, I don't care. There's no other people. I have him.
Yeah.
But this year it's different. I can really feel the difference. But I'm making such deep connections and good friendships that it also feels kind of sad to leave, to be honest.
Yes.
In a good moment.
Yes. Yeah, it's exactly the summer in Berlin or Europe is so exciting.
Yeah.
And also I really see the last years I had to stay here to
You've
like
been
why it
here
was so
like
perfect.
4 years without leaving.
I left one time like 2023 and but I didn't like it so much. Like really I loved the low season here because my theme the last years is so much the inner work and I had to shed so much ego. Like this is a big one of mine. I'm so quickly getting like caught up again.
Yeah.
And then like I loved the summers back then because this is when I was hosting all my retreats and it was like non-stop. But when I go non-stop, I don't necessarily grow so much internally and like hit these deeper layers that I now had to like die and confront.
Yeah.
And this is actually low season is like really nice here on the island. It's like really can be really boring and like not so stimulating, but if like your inner growth is coming up and it's time, which is my journey, but I'm feeling really like good in my inner growth that maybe next summer it's like coming up to because like most of my community is in like Germans and some in Berlin and
there's also a lot of people from here that spend the summer in Berlin, so it's not too far from this bubble, So
let's see. But also I became such a nature creature.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to live without the ocean?
I know. I am going to die. Maybe I'll take because I'm a mermaid. I need the ocean. Like I have been around the ocean for the past 2 years because when I was traveling the world, my destinations were always beaches and islands and stuff. And I remember when I was in Europe and I spent some time in Germany and Czech Republic, I was like, I need to go south. I need to go to France and Italy and experience the Mediterranean because it really feels like I'm dying, like a part of me feels dry.
Yeah,
so
right.
I will probably take a few breaks. That's the beauty of Europe. You can travel so easily and move around like it's states that I can just go to Spain.
Yeah.
Spain.
What?
Spain.
Spain?
Yeah, that's how Spanish people say. Instead of saying Spain, they say Spain.
Why?
That's the accent.
Spain.
Spain, because it's like España, Spain.
So next podcast gonna be in Spanish. I'm gonna learn it.
You're learning, yes.
Yeah, and also you have like this nice window that you have like a deadline of 3 months because you cannot stay longer, and 3 months are just gonna fly by.
Yeah, it goes so quick.
So, but if you would like stay longer than 3 months, then it becomes a thing not living next to the sea.
Yeah.
But time is gonna fly, especially if you have things like festivals. Because even like Berlin, living in a city for too long, I couldn't see myself doing that. But yeah, having like trips to a festival or Austria. And then you come back to the island like all this inspiration and recharge and connection and like so grateful to be back here.
Of course.
Because often that's what I also love about high season is that low season can get also sad in the community. Like some people get like they get like weird.
Yeah.
And then there are only weird people. And then when high season comes, all these like and people are so
fresh, and
so
cool,
fresh,
and they love like they bring this bright and fresh energy of like, oh my god, I love this and I love that, and it makes you remember how special the island is. Yeah. But also taking a break and coming out, like the comeback is so good. You appreciate like the roads and everything, and here the island doesn't have like the best architecture. It's not the most aesthetic, but it also has the magic of like it's just an island, it's just simple life. So you come back and you're really like embracing and enjoying everything, and it's such a beautiful place to live.
Yeah, and this wild west that you don't feel the system.
I know.
In like
you
Europe,
can do whatever you want.
You feel the system so strongly, right?
So much structure.
Yeah. Like, are you gonna miss your scooter rides?
Yeah, but I will do bicycle rides.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's cool.
I actually haven't ride a bicycle since I'm here, and this is one thing when I come back I need to buy a bicycle because this is something I really enjoy. Same as swimming, I love riding my bike.
Me too. We're so similar.
Let's get bikes and then we ride bikes together.
I have bikes in Berlin.
Oh, nice. But here.
Yeah, but here's not the vibe. I tried, but it's not the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, there's like this mountain to get over.
It's like it's starting really bad, Yeah. It has to be flat, otherwise it's not enjoyable.
And scooter is just a vibe here, right?
Yeah.
And then saving the energy and rather like going to Xantivo or dancing or something.
Yeah.
But in the sun and So just to finish maybe on veganism, what we said earlier, it's like, when I met you and I'm like, wow, you're doing great on veganism. I was like, because I wish I would be vegan, It's like something, I love veganism. I don't like, I want to live in a world that's fully like in harmony and clean energy devices, free energy devices. Like, but it's just this thing of like, we're coming into such a ghetto world where things are so fucked up and and just we're like having this animal in us that also needs to be nourished. And just when I ate the steak yesterday, feeling how like when I let go of the identity and fully being guided by my body consciousness, I was so like drawn to eat this yesterday, and it was so good for me.
Yeah.
But there is this like vegan in me that's still there, and it's like
Yeah, but you still, like, you see, you spent 3 weeks eating mostly vegetarian or vegan, so yeah.
It's this thing like the perfectionist always loves like
Yeah,
extreme of like
of
I'm vegan again, and there was this
course.
idea like maybe I become vegan again, and then this yesterday, no, I need this for now at least,
Yeah.
maybe just like a couple more years, and eventually we all have our light rainbow bodies active, and
Yeah.
only fruitarians who, like, this is what higher vibrational civilizations do actually, most of them, but we're not there right now. We're like still operating in heavy densities, and we're like have to accept this meat suit that we're like incarnated in, and to ascend, everything needs to come with us, and my higher parts are so there, but the lower parts, like I can feel today how much more sharp I am and everything, and this feels good, like the animal in me is like, because like some fruitarians I see sometimes when it's maybe not so good for them, but they stay fruitarian, they're like Captain Jack Sparrow. They're like, whoa.
I know, I've seen some fruitarians and it doesn't look too healthy, but at the same time, it's like, I see it, but I don't judge. That's their decision.
But it's like this thing of like we all have this body temporarily as this vehicle for this human experience, and we have to, like, if we want to have like a good experience and also help the most people, right?
Yeah. And also there has to be space for pleasure, and like enjoyment. It's because we get so caught off on like, I need to be perfect in this version and this, fighter of, but what about pleasure? Because we are humans. So this is what we chase most intuitively. We love pleasure. We love sex. We love indulging in food. This is our nature as well. So why denying it? Of course, there needs to be balance. We cannot get lost in it, but enjoy your steak, enjoy your joint, and then like I also, it's interesting that we're going through the same journey with these two things, same timing as well. But I also found myself in this kind of loop or like limbo of what does this mean? Because I was sober for 3 weeks and it was feeling so good and I was so celebrated and it was so good. So now it means that I'm not sober anymore, or should I go back to it, or this kind of, and I'm like, no, it was just, I enjoyed it that day, and today I feel so good that I'm here. I did my yoga, I'm coming here to do the podcast, and it's such a beautiful day. I'm doing a shoot later, and it's just, my day is so filled up with nice things that this thing, it doesn't feel aligned to do it like just every day like I used to before, So I'm really glad that I was able to remove the addictive behavior I had around it, and this glorification of like, I'm only my higher self and my best version when I'm stoned or when I smoke weed. And it's like, no, I proved myself that I can be all these things sober, neutral. So yeah, it's about allowing yourself to enjoy when you really want it, but not being like, oh, I enjoy it every day, so I'm gonna get lost in this, because it's kind of like, if you eat ice cream every day, it's kind of like, it becomes boring. So
I do it right now.
Yeah, I saw your stories. You eat so much ice cream.
No, but I mean,
but ice cream is life.
I mean, it's like I'm really good in listening to the signs of my body. Like when I lived in the temple, I got a little addicted to Pepsi, and then but my body eventually tells me that my teeth, like the gum or whatever it's called, was like I could feel it, and then I stopped. Now every now and then, but there was like every day to every meal.
But I really think your body either tells you or life forces you to stop. This is also the thing that a lot of people that chase sobriety, and they're like, oh, I really want to go sober. And then it's like, no, you don't want to, because otherwise you would stop. If you really want to be sober, your body's like, stop. But then being on this loop of like, in the addictive behavior and consuming whatever is your addiction, but then fighting against it and be like, I need to be sober because society says I need to be sober. It's like, no. If you enjoy it, do it. It's good for you because it's giving you something that gives you pleasure. In the moment where your body will reject it, or there's something in your life that would force you to stop it, it will happen naturally, and you don't have to fight against this. There's like this image of like, we need to fight and do this routine. Is, for me, it's better to create a routine in a life that you enjoy and it's so pleasurable for you that it's sustainable through life, and then you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm so miserable because I have to work out and wake up early, and it's going against your nature. It's like, for me, life needs to be joyful. It has to be like, I need to be in full joy and pleasure every time, you know? And even if it's not that, then it's a lesson and it's like something that is making me rich.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can so feel it when you overdo something. It doesn't give you pleasure
No.
anymore. When I eat too much ice cream or Pepsi, it's
Yeah.
not hitting that point
Yeah.
anymore. And then and then when it's more in a balanced state, then it's so rich.
Exactly.
Like the steak yesterday, it wouldn't be like this today.
Yeah.
And yesterday was 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So just,
Also, like jerking off or coming, you know, like
Yeah.
if you really hold it and don't do it for a long time, once you
Yeah.
do it, it's like the best orgasm of your life.
Yeah.
But after 3-4 times, it's just like, just gotta be sure of recharge the charts, let the juices fill up, and then it's like.
But sometimes I wish we could do the
Explosion.
same thing every day and it would give us this, you know, because it's this funny thing of fucking balance, because balance in this fucked up world is such a bitch because the world is so out of balance that finding things that, you know, I'm like, oh, I need to do more podcasts. So I do one every day, every month, and then it gets like empty. And I'm like, no, I haven't done one in 2 weeks. But I'm like actually really good in balance. It's just this like, you have to be on it. You have to be like honest to yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it's this funny thing. You have an amazing day and then you want to repeat it, you know? It's like, okay.
And then the next day it's shitty and you're like, what happened yesterday? Yeah.
And that's called life.
Life, yeah.
That's called
you
life.
You get all the flavors.
So how did you do the ceremony with Xenia and weed?
So this was actually, I got a confession to make because it was Saturday night.
Yeah. Oh,
And
you smoked some weed too?
Yeah, on Saturday night.
I
I got a confession to make. So this was the thing. Like I was really hyped to do DMT that Saturday after the beach, and I was like, "Yeah, we're doing DMT." And then you said like, "No, it's not happening." So I was like, And this was like we were in bed at 9 already, and I was like, "What the fuck? We're fucking grandmas. It's Saturday night, and we're at 9 in bed." But we were already so tired. It was like the vibe was not happening. There was nothing to do on the island, and it was Cici, Senia, me. Then Ola also came, but Ola was super tired, so she left. And I'm like, okay, I need to give it a try, just a few puffs to see how I feel, because tomorrow is the big day, and I'm back to weed. And so I just want to make sure that I enjoy it. Otherwise, I don't want to do it in Merkaba, you know, when there's like all this crowd. So I was like, just a little trial to see. And I just held the ceremony. I set an intention. I do 3 puffs. And then Senia looks at me and she's like, maybe I want, and she never smokes, never. So I give her the joint. She took 1 puff and then she starts coughing, and I'm like, okay, it's hitting. And then she was like with red eyes, smiling, and like we were vibing and just laying there and just relaxing. It was so beautiful to see her on this state, which for me is so normal, but it was like we could communicate. It's like we're in the same frequency. And then Cici was in front of us and she never smoked, so you could really feel the difference of like the sober one, like seeing us and like with this German, like kind of like, and then us just like melting and listening to music. And then we got the munchies. And this is also my thing. Like when I'm sober and I'm really craving, when I'm stoned and I'm really craving food, it's like I channel something else. Like I love cooking sober, but when I'm stoned, it's like I open the fridge, it's like the veggies talk to me and it's like, this is perfect. And I cook the most delicious fried rice with tofu and green beans.
But you have a full fridge for it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Of course. I always have my fridge full.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing code. Yeah.
Yeah. I love, like for me, I love cooking my own food. So I need variety of veggies and all the things to do something. And when my friends are coming over, it's like, you know, when you're with Auntie Vladdy, you're always gonna have a nice meal. So I cooked for them, and then we had dessert, and it was like a very wholesome night at home. And we went to bed at 1 a.m. You know, when we thought it was gonna be over at 9.
So I did miss out.
Yeah, you did miss out.
I went to bed at 9, but I was like I wish I had your energy. Like I'm just like trying to keep up with you guys, but then my body shuts down.
This is crazy. And you're experiencing me at my chill version. Like this is me super chill.
I want to be you then, because I'm like the actual grandma. I'm like, I go and then, but I crash, and then I just need to play World of Warcraft, and my whole body is like wasted in a good way, but like my body is like, I need to lay down. Yeah. Or I'm not fun.
Yeah. You need a lot of like decompressing, recalibration. Yeah. I'm very intense. I get out of my house in the morning and I'm like, I go. I need like constant stimulation. So I wouldn't like, it needs to be fun. If it's boring, I'm like, I need to get out.
But for me, it's like the thing, I could do that, but my body cannot, so I'm not fun. Like I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
only really enjoy it when it's rich, when
Of
it's
course.
ripe, when I have the energy.
Yeah.
And then just like
Even if you're surrounded by a lot of generators, and then you can reflect
maybe that's the thing with Faye, because when we were like at Naked Beach, I still felt good, and then I came home, and then I boom, and maybe it's all because of Faye.
Maybe it's because of Faye.
Maybe it's all because of Faye.
So
Yeah.
she's like your grounding energy at home, like this divine being for peace, because also like this home feels so like it's entering another portal to heaven.
Right.
It feels so grounded and like like everything's white and these palm trees. Yeah, and Faye's energy is like this mother, like this fairy mother that is like, come and rest, my darling. Come and recharge.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm here, the devil,
Yeah.
to bring the fun.
But you should have met me in Berlin. I was
Yeah.
like the hardest hustler ever, and it was my highest excitement. And yeah, I was surrounded by generators, and I was like going to the gym every day, doing a vlog every day, podcasting, doing
Yeah.
meetups, retreats, play parties, like doing spontaneous things with the community just every day. I
Yeah.
wake up, I live in my own apartment. There is not so much femininity in it. It was rather trippy, like it was full DMT. It was
Yeah.
like, this way they did all the DMT, you know?
Yes.
And I just like, I look back in my archive stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I did. But then it's like this thing of like, I needed to, instead of getting the beingness. And
Yeah.
like, what am I actually doing? Because I can do this all on this vibration, but to get even deeper.
But there's also a thing about age, and like you really slow down when you age. Like when you turn 30, it's like you kind of start enjoying more. Like
So you're 30 now, right?
I'm 30, yeah, and I feel the difference. Like if you would have met me at 27, you wouldn't keep up with me like 30 minutes. I was too intense. Like I had so much energy and so much like need for stimuli that even if I go out with my group of friends to a place, I'm like, I stay with them a little bit and then I just disappear for 2 hours because I needed the stimulation of new beings, new experiences. Now I'm way more grounded and way more. For me, this is my chill era.
Yeah. And this is like my process, because I become more chill, and it's in some aspects more boring, but it's more satisfying in the long run. Because it's like only fun for me nowadays to do something when I feel the energy.
Yeah, and that's
Otherwise,
perfect.
I feel too good in myself.
Yeah.
Like before, I was like also running around a lot because I was like kind of like I couldn't sit. I was basically running away from myself.
Yeah.
And now, but still, like we all love being chunkies, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's So, but then it's so rewarding that. Like last pyramid dance, you know, like Faye hasn't been in like a year or something, and then it was so rich for me.
Yeah.
The last one.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
last one was amazing. Also Sandish. Wow,
Yeah.
I love his sets.
And then I only want to have these rich experiences, and then finding the richness when it's time to rest. You know,
Yeah.
this is what I'm really have learned and still learning. Like that's why World of Warcraft for me is a huge one.
Yeah.
Because I actually have so much fun.
Yeah.
You know. And then because I also rest when I play WoW, and then when we like go to the gym or something, it's so rich. But
Yeah. Oh, I love our I'm gonna miss our Saturdays at Santiva.
Right.
It's one of the highlights of my week because it's such a ritual to wake up and having no pressure, having breakfast, and then just going to the gym, spend like 4 hours there working out, and then the sauna, the ice bath, and then have lunch, and then just like, and during all this process, we're all talking and connecting, and it feels like so fun.
And you're all the boxes of like working out, spa, social battery, like
eating healthy
food, and like creating content as well.
Yeah, wow.
So
extremely rich.
Yeah, and also like Xantiva is so good in like meeting friends, like bumping into people. Right?
Yeah. It's a social club.
Like you were introducing me to Romy and whoever, like all your friends I don't know. I'm so grateful for Xantiva. Like yesterday I was in this spa a long time. My new thing, I love to sit at the fire.
Yeah.
Because like this huge tree, you know, and the roots from this huge tree are like under the fireplace. So sitting there, it feels so good. And it's also like I can be like really present and slow, and also it's stimulating because people come that you maybe know, and like checking people out, and then synchronistically. So it's like this
Yeah.
nice balance of like I'm recharging, I'm like in the spa, and it's like rich in synchronicity of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna miss Xantiva?
I'm gonna miss Santiva, and I'm gonna miss you.
Oh.
This is our last podcast for
Yes.
the season.
When you come back, we do a podcast right away.
Yes, and then I start my podcast, and I
Yeah.
invite you to my podcast.
Oh.
What's gonna be the name of mine? I need to think about it.
I'm so kind of done with names personally. I just name it myself because it's like this thing of
I'm the brand.
yeah,
my
and all
name
this
is the
like
brand.
all these like spiritual, you
Yeah.
know. I'm like, it's like it's not saying much, or it's like you know.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
just use your name. You are the brand.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to name it something like let's talk about X, and then we talk about sex and drugs and rock and roll, which is our favorite topic to talk
Yeah.
about, you know, and invite people and sharing stories. But yeah,
I would just. What's your last name?
Garcia, Vladimir Garcia.
Yeah, I would just call it Vladimir Garcia, or
Yeah.
just Vladimir.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's distinctive enough. Vladimir the Mermaids.
So you have many more confessions. So
I got a confession to make.
you smoked weed on Saturday.
Yeah, I smoked weed on Saturday.
On Friday, maybe.
On Friday night, I sucked some dick. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. No, I'm celibate. There's no one in the island that I'm like. No, it was Saturday night just to test the waters, which I'm very grateful for. Like, it was really nice experience. And it was like, I smoked the 3 puffs. I left it there. It was over because before I was like smoking 3 puffs and I'm like, okay, 20 minutes later, I want to go high again. So yeah, then on Sunday, it was like bigger. We also did kratom and a little bit of ketamine. And it was very nice, very bouncy, but mostly weed. And then yesterday, normally the days after the party, I like to like all the residue of things that are in my body still, I like to rekindle them again with some weed. So I smoked my joint, but it was, again, 3 puffs, put it on the side, went to the beach, listened to some music. It was such a good ride. But then kind of the night ended like more soft, and I just went to bed. And today I'm here, and I want to maintain this, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. So no more confessions. I'm very transparent. I don't hide things from my friends.
So, and you wouldn't eat a steak?
No. Not now. Like that's
What if I
that's for
pay
sure.
you 10,000 euro?
Okay, that see
How strong are your
veganism-
morals?
How strong are your morals? I mean, now I'm in a tough situation with money.
What else would you do for 10,000 euros?
A lot of things. Can you imagine trying meat for the first time? No, the thing is now I'm going to Europe and like I need a big push of money because just to be more relaxed, although I trust the flow and I know everything's going to be okay, but I'm going to be like mostly staying in friends' places, you know, like couch surfing. I don't have money to like afford accommodation. So 10,000 would be very good.
Okay, next podcast, lots of confessions to make.
Lots of confessions to make. I think everyone's morals has a price, right?
No, at least you're honest. I don't know. No, I don't think so. But for things like eating a steak is, in my opinion, really harmless. But
Yeah.
like, you know, like killing someone.
No, I
or
think
like,
killing someone I wouldn't do.
Yeah,
This is,
you know, like if
I
someone
wouldn't-
pay you 10,000 euro and you have to kill Ferdi, like me, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't. Of course, no. Like, there's no.
What
Especially
about 100,000 euro?
No, I wouldn't do anything to my friends. Like, this is something people I love. It's like they're very sacred for me,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate it.
But they're like these small things of like jackass style, you know? of
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
would you jump in this, you know?
Yeah, this type of things, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't. I think I wouldn't be able to live with the energy of killing someone and seeing that. That would be like extremely traumatizing.
Right.
But yeah, my friends, like even when I hurt my friends unintentionally, just by me being, you know, and it can happen that we trigger each other and we hurt each other without intention. Like it's so heavy on me when I know that a friend of mine is being hurt or like in pain because of something I did. Like I really feel it. So no, I wouldn't hurt my friends. Not even for
Yeah.
€1 million or 10 million.
Whatever. No, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So I feel safe being your friend.
Yes.
Okay, so this was nice. Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I could talk to you forever. You know,
I know we
I'm
can
like,
do a 3-hour podcast.
yeah, I feel like when I talk to you, I feel like I'm on weed.
Yeah,
Like I'm so.
I get you high.
Yeah. Okay, but the microphone.
Brum,
Okay,
brum,
now it's gone.
brum.
Yeah, I cut it out. Okay, so check out Vladimir, his Instagram down below. That's his best way to find him.
Yes.
If you're on the island, get a shooting. but
Or in
he's-
Europe. I'm going to be
Oh,
in Europe
yeah.
in the summer. I'm going to be doing a lot of photo shoots, a lot of naked photo shoots. And I'm working on different projects that I will publish later on my Instagram. But it's more like creating an experience, a safe experience for people that don't feel too confident or too safe to be photographed. And we're creating a container and a safe space for people to be captured and celebrated for who they are. But yeah, then when I come back on the island, I'm coming with a lot of ideas and plans to do photo shoots and create a lot of content. I'm coming back. We do podcasts and vlogs.
And you also like for these shootings, you're like the perfect, especially for women,
Yeah.
because women crave being in a healthy masculine energy, especially things like when it comes to being naked, because
Yeah.
you're just in this regard so gay
Yeah.
that you just really, you know.
I don't sexualize women.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I don't, even when I'm watching porn and some bisexual porn comes out and there's a woman in the picture, I'm like, no, this feels so wrong. Like, no, get out.
Because this took me like so much work to like, you know,
Yeah, I know.
and then
Now this is the work I've done with men, you know,
Yeah.
because of course for men I was like, oh my God. But then being on Sand Beach all the time and it became so natural that it's like, okay, yeah, he has a beautiful dick and a beautiful body, but it's not sexual context. So
yeah.
it's
But
a
for
human
women,
being.
it's like it's just natural to you too, you know. So
Yeah,
book a shooting with Vladimir.
Yes.
You're gonna mainly base in Berlin this summer, I guess.
Berlin, Amsterdam, and Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my 3 main
So
points.
give him a follow, send him a message, and then we see each other very soon.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Bye bye.